and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Horler and I'm here with Cian Burke from HSBC, and we're at Cybos 2016 in Geneva. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Big data and data analytics continue to be hot topics at Cybos. How do you see these technologies adding value in post-trade?
So I think it's easy to see why big data and data analytics continue to be big topics at Cybos because, look, put very simply, it's enabling organisations to take the huge morass of data that they've got, convert that data into meaningful information, and therefore provide valuable insight. As a global financial services organisation, we have access to a huge array of very complex and diverse data. So tools that can help us harvest that data, provide some of the complex analytical computation over it, are really giving us an opportunity to add value as a security services provider to our clients. For example, in terms of helping them understand some of their asset flows. Asset flow intelligence is something that we're spending quite a lot of time on. We have an ability to see not just where they are investing, but where also some of our other clients are investing. So analysing those trends really helps give them some insight in terms of investment opportunities. And look, secondly, there's a real opportunity to look at that data and look through in terms of some of the operational processes and really help drive increased STP, both for us, but also then I guess for our clients.
Post-trade is tipped to be one of the main areas in which blockchain can revolutionise the industry. Do you support that view?
Yeah, absolutely. I think blockchain, or distributed ledger technology, probably more accurately, will force, in some respects, will encourage post-trade operators to evolve and in some respects transform their processes. I don't think blockchain will be as disruptive as a lot of people think in terms of perhaps providing opportunities for mass new entrants into our market. I think there is something fundamental about what we do that's over and above just simply the technology. I think, look, it's something it's a technology, a really interesting technology that's desperately looking for a valid use case, but I think there's exploration around those use cases. Something around reference data, instrument static, client static, KYC is a real potential in terms of the application. I think when you look at digitization of a lot of what we do as well, commodity transactions where gold clearing, for example, OTC clearing, where it's very, very paper intensive, the opportunity to use that concept of distributed ledger, one immutable version of the truth, I think will have huge value. We're doing a lot of work with asset managers around creating or using that technology as a data backbone, if you want, to bridge the air gaps between us as a security services provider and them as an asset manager. But I think, look, the real opportunity comes when you link all of the related parties. So you think about the concept of exchanges and then clearing houses and then depositories and custodians, counterparties, broker-dealers. When you can link all of that through a kind of distributed ledger technology, I think that's where it'll have real value.
Are any of these technologies mature enough for prime time use in critical post-trade environments? And if there are gaps, are you confident that they can be filled?
So I think those technologies are at various different stages of evolution. If you look at data analytics, big data, I think there's a huge amount of work that's been done by the security services industry. So I think that is relatively well evolved. I think we are having a lot of meaningful conversations around how we analyse the huge amount of data that we have, and as I said, provide real insight and value to our clients. So I think that's evolved, still more to do. I think when you think about the concept of blockchain, distributed ledger technology, look, I think that's pretty nascent in terms of the opportunities. I think if you think about the concept of a hype curve, we're probably at the peak of overinflated expectation about what blockchain can or cannot do. But I do think that there's some very, very clear opportunities. I think if you think and compare and contrast evolved and developing markets, I think there's possibly a sort of geographical difference there in terms of distributed ledger technology, which might mean some of the emerging markets can leverage that to, effectively get a lockstep ahead of some of the more established and current operating models that sit in a developed market. I think one other area that we haven't really talked about, but is one that perhaps will continue to evolve for the security services industry, and that's the concept of biometrics. If you think about the end-to-end processes that we run, there are various stages along that evolution where we're requiring authentication of instruction, whether that's by wet signature, digital encryption, for example. And I think increasingly that concept of biometrics to authenticate instructions is something that we're not talking a huge amount about it at the moment, but I think could actually evolve and become really, really important to our industry.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.